Tapped in. Keep the credit, I'ma get it on the back end. Kick rocks, cutting corners, trying to cash in. We still outside, high as gas is. Watch them force you to EV. Tried to cut me out, but you need me. My value never shows up in the box score. A plus minus they never could have accounted for. No referee can save you. We just scout.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another one on today. We got another banger for you. Another prospect for you on today. We're going to talk about wide receiver Pat Bryant. Before we do that, make sure you guys subscribe to Raw Detroit. We're at 700 subscribers. We would love to get to 1,000 subs. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell and hit the word all so that you may receive every notification that comes from this channel as we continue to cover the Detroit Lions in the offseason and talk about ways that the Lions can get better. And we're talking about positional needs for the team. And right now, we're going to put a pause on the edge for a second. And we're going to talk about another position of need, and that's wide receiver. And I got a chance to watch this young fella's film, Pat Bryant, and I really fell in love with his game. Definitely, man, I see nothing but vast improvement from this young fella. And the Detroit Lions also is bringing him in on the 30 for 30 visit. So that is a beautiful thing as well. So he stands at about 6'3", 201 pounds. On the season for 2024, he had 54 receptions to go along with 10 touchdowns, over 984 yards receiving. He averaged 18.2 per catch. And then if you want to go into his career, what he did for his career at Illinois, he had caught 137 receptions for 2,095 yards. Average per catch was 15.3, and he totaled out with 19 touchdowns. And every season, this kid got better. Every season, he got better. And that's something that you need. If you're the Detroit Lions, you got to figure out what you're going to do. You know, I know J-Mo is going to be up for a contract extension. If J-Mo balls out, definitely he's going to get that contract extension. You know, right now they're probably going to say, okay, we're going to, sign him for his fifth-year option, and we're going to see how it go. I think the Lions, only thing with the Lions, they're probably going to be testing J-Mo to see if he can stay out of trouble, man. The biggest thing with J-Mo is just the off-the-field antics that's been going on and little things that's been going on. But other than that, man, the kid is a baller. Jameson Woods, who nickname is called Waymo, he can flat out play, man. J-Mo definitely could play. And we saw that this year by him breaking out, going over 1,000 yards and catching over 50-plus balls. But you always have to add to the group every single season. And the Lions did decide to bring back Tim Patrick, which I think was a beautiful thing for the Lions. They brought back that big fella who stands at 6'5". Tim Patrick was a great addition to the team last year. They brought him back in on a one-year deal, reportedly, I think, around probably like $4 million, something of that magnitude. But you always have to be able to go out and look for talent. You know, if you're a GM, your job is to be able to get the team better. You know, you don't want to stay stagnant, but you want to get better, and you want to get better and better and better. And definitely, man, that's one thing that I can say about this prospect, Pat Bryant, that he got better every single season. His numbers went up. You see the improvement. And when you see the improvement as a fan, or if you see the improvement as a person that is scouting this guy, then you understand that this dude has gotten better every single season. Now, in 2021, he had 6 receptions for 98 yards as a freshman, didn't have any touchdowns. And then in 2022, he had 34 receptions for 453 yards to go along with 2 touchdowns. So you see that the growth is coming, and that was in his sophomore season. So in his junior year in 2023, went up again, 43 receptions for 560 yards to go along with 7 touchdowns. So Pat Bryant has gotten better every single season. And then he had a phenomenal season in 2024. He pretty much caught 54 balls, almost went over 1,000 yards receiving, had 984 yards receiving. Average per catch was 18.2. He had 10 touchdowns, and the guy was just phenomenal. He was a leader on the team, and a lot of the players on the team looked up to him as a leader. So you saw his growth from 2021 all the way to 2024, and that's how you know that this guy's his production has gotten better. So that lets you to know, if you're scouting this guy, that he gets better with time. So definitely, man, I love everything that Pat Bryant brings to the table. And I think that he's one of the most solid wide receivers in this draft. All right, you guys, we're going to make the transition over and we're going to get into Pat Bryant's draft profile bio. So let's go ahead and get into it so you can get a backdrop on who this young man is as a player, where he's going and where he's trying to go. So let's get into it. Born December 10th, 2002 in Jacksonville, Florida, Pat Bryant emerged from the modest recruiting expectations to become one of the Big Ten's most reliable playmakers. A three-star prospect at Atlantic Coast High School, Bryant's football pedigree runs deep. His father, Patrick Sr., serves as an athletic director at the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville, while his brother, Brandon Harris, played linebacker at USF. Bryant's collegiate arc tells a story of steady progression and clutch performances. After earning starts as a true freshman, one of just 14 players in Illinois' history to do so, he developed into a cornerstone of the Illini passing attack. His senior campaign was nothing short of spectacular, tying program legend Brandon Lloyd's single-season touchdown record with 10, while becoming the only player nationally to snag 3 game-winning touchdowns in the final 2 minutes of a game or overtime period. The 6'3", 200-pound team captain saved his best for last, earning second-team All-Big Ten honors while finishing second in the conference with 984 yards receiving. His reliability became his calling card, notching at least 1 reception in his final 24 games while posting an elite 70.1% catch rate and just 1 drop in 2024. Pat Bryant is a sure-handed receiver, and he's a guy that does not drop the ball as much. This is the type of player that you want in Detroit. You want a guy that can flat out play and make plays. And if you're going to have to replace, if the Lions don't decide to move on with J-Mo, if J-Mo starts acting up and doing off-field antics and stuff like that, then, man, definitely, man, I think that this kid would be a great candidate to be able to replace him. And not only him, replace Tim Patrick as well, because Tim Patrick is on a team-friendly 1-year deal. So basically, man, this Bryant kid, if he comes in and balls out, if the Lions decide to draft him, then definitely, man, he could play alongside. He could be a number 2 alongside St. Brown. I definitely think that this kid has that type of talent, especially having sure hands like that. When you got good hands like that, man, you're a quarterback's best friend, man. All right, let's get into Bryant's scouting report. All right, a masterful at manipulating leverage against defensive backs, showing advanced understanding of how to set up breaks and create separation throughout route stems. Natural hand catcher with a massive catch radius who plucks the ball away from his frame with confidence and control through contact. Devastating on boundary routes while he can work the sidelines as well, displaying elite awareness and toe tap ability that will translate immediately to the NFL on Sundays. Brings that dog-like mentality to the contest. Oh, man, I love that. Brings that dog-like mentality to contested catch game, winning 66.7% of his jump ball situations through superior positioning and timing. Silky smooth hip transitions when working downfield, particularly effective on deep post routes where he can stack defenders, creates yards after the catch through longer, powerful strides and surprising contact balance, gives defensive backs fit with his stiff arm in space, shows real savvy working back to the quarterback when plays break down, understanding how to find the soft spots in zone coverages, refined, outstanding of and understanding space and timing in the red zone as well, evidenced by his program record tying 10 touchdown grabs in 2024. So we're going to get into his weaknesses as well, so you guys got the pros and the cons on him and how good he is and what he needs to work on coming into the NFL. Lacks explosive get off at the line of scrimmage, limiting his ability to threaten defensive backs vertically despite long speed. Release package needs significant development, relies too heavily on pure athleticism against press coverage rather than technique. Telegraphs routes intentions on shorter patterns, particularly on comeback routes where his hip and his foot speed can be sluggish. Lean frame can lead to steering off the path against physical coverage. Needs to avoid functional script to maintain route integrity. Must develop more consistency using his hands to defeat press coverage early in routes rather than trying to win with pure length. Bryant will thrive in systems favoring ISO routes and boundary work where his technique savvy and length creative natural advantages. His advanced understanding of leverage and route running nuance fits seamlessly into timing-based offense that creates one-on-one matchups outside the numbers. While he lacks elite separation skills, his proficiency in winning through technique and his body position establishes him as a legitimate X receiver at the next level. His game brings shades of Kenny Galladay's peak years, Giants, and Lions. A technician who compensates for average athleticism with precise footwork and dominant contested catch ability. Bryant's clutch performance in crucial moments, three game-winning touchdowns in 2024, coupled with his red zone prowess, suggests that he could quickly develop into a trusted target in high-leverage situation. His route tree versatility and impressive ball tracking will make him especially valuable in play-action heavy schemes, and that we already know that that's one of the schemes that the Lions like to use, the play action. So definitely he would be a definitely good target for the Detroit Lions, where he can work the intermediate routes and challenge safeties vertically. Expect Bryant to hear his name called on day 3, likely in the 4th round range. While he may never develop into a true number 1, his refined skill set and competitive temperament projects him as a quality number 2 who can consistently move the chains and create mismatches in the red zone. His immediate impact will largely depend on landing in a system that maximizes his strength as a boundary technician while masking his athletic limitations through scheme and play design. So definitely, man, to me, man, this kid, sky's is the limit with this kid. And if Brad Holmes decides to take him in the draft, I think it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. I think that he would be a nice replacement for if you lost Tim Patrick, or even if you lost Jameson Williams due to the money situation. Because the Lions, let's face it, man, the Lions are going to be paying out a lot of these draft prospects a lot of money, starting with Aiden Hutchinson to Kirby Joseph and the rest of these guys. But, man, if I had to really say anything about Pat Bryant, is that I love that his ability that he gets better with every single year, just like fine wine. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, peace.